All right, so hi, my name is Darrell Eastcott, and I am a dual colony and pack scouter from the 1st Pittsburgh in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, and this is my 60-second scouter.
Three, two, one.
What are your favorite hobbies?
Mostly building stuff. I a lot of times with my kids, we'll tear down old pallets and just build stuff. Mostly useful things. I built my wife a coffee table. We built some stuff in the backyard just to make some of the toys out there accessible. Like we built stairs for the trampoline, things like that.
What got you into scouting?
Well, I was in scouting like as a kid, and then kind of got away from it a while. Um, and then yeah, we got to Kingston, and we were trying to figure out what the kids might be interested in. And the idea of scouting came up, and we're like, oh, that's interesting. Let's get into it. And then talking with the leaders here, they were like, hey, we'd love to have some extra people on board. And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. And so yeah, I've been here for just doing it for a year so far. But yeah, we've got, like I said, I'm doing beavers and cubs, so it's been a good experience.
What's the best place you've visited beyond Canada?
So I spent 5 weeks in Ulm, Germany. And so while we were there, we were actually on a course learning some equipment, and we had a lot of free time, so we got to go explore. So we took a trip down to Switzerland. We wanted to visit a chocolate factory in Switzerland, so we did. And then we went to a couple different interesting locations around Germany as well. So it was a good experience to get some different culture and see some places that had been in existence for thousands of years longer than my country's been a country.
What's your favorite skill that you've learned in scouting?
Patience. No, getting to interact with the kids and getting the kids engaged in the programming. I find that very rewarding because in my professional career I teach adults, so getting to engage with the kids and getting them more interested in the ideas is I think that's a skill, frankly.
But why do you think STEM is important in scouting?
I think because the rudimentary skills that a scouter needs are moving into the future, and that I think that's kind of that critical thinking as well that comes along with that sort of range of content. I think is also helps to develop the scouter mind, I guess.
What's the best thing about scouting in Canada?
The vast wilderness. We have so many places we can go. You can pretty much walk out the back door and you've got some stuff that you can engage with in the nature.
What's the best camp you've ever been on?
I would say one of the ones that I did when I was actually in Cubs myself. It was in Nova Scotia, which is just on the east coast of Canada, and it was in the middle of winter. So it was this big cabin the Scout organization had, and it had about 15 different rooms. So you can imagine, as like a 10-year-old kid, this was like a castle that I could explore. And yeah, we had a lot of freedom to kind of just make it our own. And the scout leaders were mostly just facilitating us having a good time. And so yeah, we got to do hiking outside. We got to explore this cabin, which, like I said, was massive. And yeah, just have fun as a group. And yeah, even to this day, I still like that's my fondest memory, I think, of the program.
How do you look after your mental health?
I don't know, mostly just finding things to do outside of my normal routine that kind of shakes things up. I have 2 young kids that love to be outdoors, so we go for hikes quite regularly. And yeah, it's kind of just getting out of the regular routine kind of, I think, works pretty good.
What color represents you and why?
I would say probably a bright red, a little bit brighter than this maybe, and mostly because it typically stands out in any environment, and yeah, you'll always recognize it.
What's your favorite campfire song?
I'm a pretty big fan of the classics, so I definitely enjoy the Bear Went Over the Mountain.
What's one resolution you'd love to do this year?
I think probably take myself less seriously. Sometimes I find yeah, I'm just a little bit too caught up in what's going on, and sometimes yeah, I just need to take a step back and just relax.
And finally, one word to describe scouting.
Exciting.
I like that. I like that. There we are. See?